And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the San Antonio Spurs, alongside Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. And a look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Chris Paul.
The drop in his assists over the past few years have made him more of a one-dimensional player offensively. He needs to get that passing element back in his game, and that'll make life a lot more difficult for opposing defense.
So with Paul on the bench, here's how the floor looks for Greg Popovich. Sochan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. The cell in the wing along with Johnson. And it's Fox in at the point. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Reed is out there with Randall, and it's Slim in at the 1 spot. And so off the tip, it's Minnesota. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching, Kevin. You know, I can always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin. You've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
Edwards, good on the jump shot. Edwards got 5 now.
A developing part of McDaniels' game that could elevate him to the next level.
Fox from outside. That's his second shot and his
Likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Randall. Now here's Edwards. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall. 8 points for him.
You just can't give Edwards a look from deep.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Sochan inside, guarded by Reed. Here's Wembanyama. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. And finished off by McDaniel.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniel's athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
Sochan finds Fox. Really left alone that time.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Now, I asked him the approach they're going to take with De'Aaron Fox, and Coach said that Fox's speed is the big challenge. He said, we're dealing with maybe the fastest player in the league, so we've got to be high energy at the defensive end. They know they have their work cut out for them. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. All checked in for the Spurs. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Now, Sochan really had troubles in the loss to Sacramento. Kicks it out to Paul. Lets it go from deep. Hits the three-point bomb.
And Paul is dangerous from the perimeter. You can't let him get comfortable from that corner pocket.
Here's Slim driving to the basket. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
And they get it back. It's good. Here is Slim. He had 15 points last outing. Out to Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Lets the three fly, and the three ball is good. McDaniels got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Spurs trail by 4. On the court for San Antonio. Vassell in the wing along with Johnson. Wembanyama is out there with Collins. And it's Paul in at the point guard. Now here's Collins. Scoreless thus far. It's Edwards on the wing. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Johnson's shot is off.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Here's Slim. Good on the three-point shot. Slim's got his third basket of the night.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Paul kicks to Collins. With the teardrop, it's blocked. Here's Slim, and he converts the layup. Slim's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Here is Slim following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Edwards looking it over. Edwards getting the close range too.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
Pass to Wembanyama. And the block shot grabs it out of the air.
And they continue to control the glass.
An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And so it's Paul bringing it up for San Antonio. It's a 10-point game. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plague their starting unit.
Yeah, and that comes down to playing reckless defense. They need to have more discipline and do a better job of guarding without fouling.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. Some changes for Minnesota. Randall's checked in for Rudy Gobert. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And Mike Conley subbed in for Edwards. Then for the Spurs, Branham's checked in, and De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Paul. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, look, you want to put your guys in a position to succeed. McDaniels is more comfortable operating off the catch than he is initiating.
Here's Branham. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Connects from three-point range.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Fox. Michael Conley making his last shot. Oh, three ball, Wembanyama!
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
Count the basket.
Yeah, and it seems like he's getting more comfortable with each bucket.
Spurs trail by 9. Takes a three. A three-pointer is right on target. Wembanyama has got 9 points now in the quarter.
And I like when Wembanyama is aggressive on offense because defenses feel helpless to stop it.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Kept alive, Minnesota. Back to McDaniel. Here's Slim. Those three-pointers off the mark. Now, here's Fox with 4 seconds on the clock, and it's good on the layup. And now it's just a 4-point Timberwolves lead.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, in a close game, what makes the difference in the second half?
Lots of things, you know. It's a game of mistakes. It's a game of playing well. Who knows?
Always love your philosophy, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. Second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Slim having a dominant impact in this game.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, now that he's established that defensive presence, guys think twice before challenging him.
And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting the cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Slim in at the point. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Now, here's Fox. It's Zohan, top of the key. And it's good off the back rim and in. Zohan's got 5 now.
Yeah, instinctively, too. Fox there looking to be a ball mover, a facilitator.
Here is Slim. 13 points in the game. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 16.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And now the Timberwolves on the break. It's tipped. Edwards can't hit. San Antonio trailing here. And it's Zohan missing. Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Such an interesting player, isn't he, Coach? Jeremy Zohan. He played a lot of point guard during his second season.
Yeah, Kevin, the Spurs experimented with Zohan at the 1. It was a bit unconventional. They went away from it later in the year. But that experience as a point guard will continue to help his playmaking ability as his career progresses.
Yeah, when Fox gets into a rhythm, he is tough. Having himself a night.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Edwards dishes to Randle. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Offline with his three. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. McDaniels against Johnson. And Wembanyama throws it down.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Here is Slim. He's got 16. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. And a brief moment now to see who's atop the NBA in team free throws. Number 5, the Spurs.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Johnson outside. Three-pointer. Rebound, Minnesota. Slim's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
Pass to Randall for 3. Rebounded by the Spurs. Sohan inside. Randall on him. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the content. Julius Randall picks one up.
Yeah, with how physical a game Sohan plays, you'd expect him to be at the stripe more.
All checked in for Johnson. And the Spurs winning the 2023 lottery, Stan, adding the terrific Victor Wembanyama. A franchise changer, it appears.
Yeah, Kevin, the hardest thing, and you need a lot of luck to do it, is to get that guy. The guy you can build everything around. There aren't enough of them to go around. Victor Wembanyama is a guy you can build a championship franchise around, multi-skilled at his size. This guy's going to be a fixture in this league for a long time.
Minnesota with the ball, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. Here's Slim. Out to Edwards. From downtown, Edwards with confidence.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Paul passes to Sohan. Back to Paul. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Slim's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. And so it's Minnesota with it, following the three-pointer from De'Aaron Fox. Slim, good.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Now here's Paul. D right on him. Reed with the rebound. Minnesota in the lead. Edwards passes to Slim, and that one is hammered home.
Well, for someone who is mostly an off guard, Edwards puts up great assist numbers.
And it's Fox with the ball for the San Antonio Spurs. Over Edwards, and the Spurs scoring again.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
The Timberwolves have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far, just above 50%. Shoots it. Slim, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And it's in there.
Well, I know we don't want to jinx it, but he's still perfect from the field in this quarter.
Now here's Randall, defended by Sohan. 16 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Drills it from outside.
That gives him his second 3 of the half, with 3 total for the game.
Fox with it. Puts up a deep 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Fox has got the game tied up here for the Spurs.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. We're going to step aside for just... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
Slimy's checked in for Joe Ingles. Jeremy Sohan's checked in for the Spurs. On the floor for San Antonio, Sohan is the 4 with the lengthy Wembanyama playing the 5. Then there's Keldon Johnson. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Branham in at the shooting guard position.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Here's Branham to tie it up. Sinks the triple. Branham's got 7 now in this quarter.
What focus from Branham at the arc. He really wants to be as efficient as possible.
Takes it inside. Slam. Good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Wembanyama. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Minnesota.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And another thing, they continue to work it inside and score. It's clear their game plan is attacking the paint as much as possible.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Ando comes in for Miller. And it's McDaniels in for Mike Conley. Here is Slim, guarded by Fox. Offensive rebound. Reed kicks to Edwards. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. 5 on the clock. Puts up a 3. Buries it from three-point range. Edwards got 27.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. And Wembanyama throws it down.
You gotta love seeing Wembanyama get assertive in an important moment.
Here's Slim, and he hammers that one down right in the face of De'Aaron Fox.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. 18 feet out. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 28 points for him.
And accepting his role as a leader. Fox wants to come through for his guys in the big moments.
Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got his 8th rebound here tonight. On the wing, Johnson. McDaniels defending. Here's Fox. Oh, they get it back. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. On defense, the Timberwolves. Sohan finds Vassell. Here's Fox. They shoot again. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
And that's Fox saying, I'm the top dog here. You need a big basket, and you come to me.
no good. San Antonio's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The three ball. Cans the three.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. You wouldn't know they were down from what he was talking about. He was positive with the team. He was calm. He said he wanted to keep them focused. It's a pretty good approach, guys. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Out to Edwards. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Hit by Randall. Here's Slim. That three off the mark. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Number 14, second personal foul. Fourth team foul.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Here is Slim. Right side, Edwards. Bullseye!
The backcourt today as good as it gets. And they've earned the green light every time they touch the ball.
7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fox passes to Wembanyama. It falls!
And even if you risk a foul, the D has to play him tougher when he gets it that deep.
Yeah, once he gets the ball in that spot, help has to be very quick to rotate over.
Here's Randall. Oh, the all-or-nothing shot. No good. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, what does a win like this do for you at this time of the season?
Hopefully it gives us a little momentum. We got a tough stretch coming up. We got our back-to-back next week, so hopefully it just gives us a little momentum.
We'll see if he can keep it going again. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now our player of the game, De'Aaron Fox.